Welcome friends, let's have a look at the new campaign of Age of Wonders Planetfall Invasions now. That's coming with a DLC, along with a good patch that delivers all kinds of goodness. For example, diplomacy changes. We have this new campaign. As you can see, it has one planet with low-ish difficulty, 2 stars, and the second one that is locked can be unlocked by completing this. We'll probably have a much higher one. On a fortified moon, a new power reveals its true intention. What is this new power? That's the Shakarn. The Shakarn waited at the edge of the known star Union, preparing and researching, spying from within. Now, with the fall of the Union, they are ready to strike and conquer that which is their right. And what are they? They are ruthless. They are very aggressive. They can imitate, they can spy, they can do all these kinds of shady things. Use holograms to infiltrate, confuse and mirror your enemies. There's a lot to be said. Let's just have a little bit of gameplay to give us the feels of this new faction. That is probably with the new modes that are coming also very good to play for multiplayer. Just go for the standard setup for our commander here and enjoy the first mission together. So the Snake Woman's voice was very silent. I'm doing the voice acting myself. Glory to Chancellor Kor and glory to the Scarlet Scepter. The path of Shakarn legend is paved with the feats of our Domok fighters and their war machines. But not all that is alien needs to be crushed without reason. When our Sardas agents infiltrate foreign cultures, they can find refinement even amongst the most primitive races, because such is the legacy of the Shakarn. We learn, we overcome, and we conquer. My scales are craving to return to Shakarn soil, but I must stand strong. When I left for my assignment in Star Union space, I did not know what it meant to wear the same holographic mask for years. Spend every day and hour mimicking these so-called humans and their sickening habits. Deep infiltration is like an endless war of attrition, until somebody drops a sonic bomb. The die is cast. Shakarn forces have been mobilized. All secret operatives called back to the moon Selodius II. There, the humans have set up a critical part of their defense network, an experimental facility where they induce artificial void storms to deadlock their region of space. It is the last obstacle between our invasion fleet and Star Union territory. Our sabotage mission is on track and Selodius II on screen. A silent landing on the dark side of the moon will get us close enough to our targets without raising any early alarms. And from its glacial shadows, we shall strike. Indeed, let's do that. Let's strike. Let's land. Prepare for planetfall. It's a bit cold here. There's another faction. There's some neutrals. And we're ready. Naranga Od. We have touched down without any signs of detection. Good. Now, before we make any further moves, remember, Kudat, our cover is that we are an Amazon convoy carrying terraforming equipment. We were forced to land after getting hit by a void storm, so please no shoot first, answer questions later if the enemy encounters us. We're going to have a diplomatic approach, at least at first. Kudat Rotak. Ark, you are insulting my memory, General. Of course, I recall your long and elaborate scheme to keep these humans fooled until their last breath is drawn. Nonetheless, I must repeat what I said before, that this is a plan of cowards that can only hold us back for too long. You may have spent the past years acting and thinking like a Sardas, but you are a Gamma, Naranga Od. You are a leader of our people. So by the blood of Shazora, start leading. Our fleet is waiting on the other side of the spatial rifts. This is not a time to hide in the shadows. This is a time to be bold and claim victory. You accuse me of behaving like a Zardas, and yet it is you who seems to have mingled too much with his Domok fighters, Marshal. Running into enemy lines without a reason would be an unnecessary risk. But do not worry, if everything else fails, we can still resort to your method of brute force. While we send out our scouts, we can seize another rare opportunity and explore the resonance halls built by the original Star Union infiltrators. According to our records, one of these witnesses of past Shakarn deeds must be located close to our landing position. For example here, surveil rift reactors. Scout the locations of the ELOP rift reactor to search for weak points in the defensive perimeter. Try to stay concealed and out of enemy vision to not risk compromising your cover. Lessons of the past. Make your way to the resonance halls where past Shakarn agents left the recordings of their Star Union infiltration. That's probably the first thing. We'll get a sleeper agent for that. So, let's march on. We have two commanders. First is Kudat here. And of course our great leader, Naranga Od. Let's move over and see what we can learn from this one. In the next round, though. In the next round. Then we've got him. So we could have him come along to pick up the units we might win from this. That would probably be the most reasonable course of action. Strike from the shadows, that's the one thing. Reactor stability 100%. Sabotaging the ELOP rift reactor, that's keeping the Shakarn fleet from invading through the void. Completing this mission will be much easier while your enemies do not realize what they're up against. So it is vital to keep your human cover intact. Or we can also go probably the other path and go for last man standing or something like that. We've just learned aquatic deployment.
Maiden of many moods, most of them murderer.
Energy deployment. Aquatic development.
Oceans are engines of infinite mechanics.
Can set the production here. I really don't know. 15 production wouldn't be too bad, right? Let's manage our people. Yeah, on the other hand, it's really food that we need at first, so let's go for maybe... Do we need so much? No, we really don't. We really don't. Ah, wait. Yeah. I was thinking. So we could produce the food very quickly, and then on the other hand we could also go for this, and that's probably the more fun thing to do, because that really, it nearly doubles our food output if we go like this. Something I've done in the original campaign very often and always gave me a head start, so let us see. And very soon see our units in action. I hate to interrupt you at such an early hour, General, but my raiders have caught a human spy skulking around our camps. Should we interrogate him or kill him on the spot? It's James Henkins. No, let go, you dastardly creatures. I won't stop shouting until you've returned to me my Sarah. Oh yes, I know that she's here. Oh god, that must be us. First you abducted her from Atrium Beta, and then you took her to this moon to do who knows what terrible things to her. But I've tracked you down, and now I demand her back. Kudat Rotak. Ha, this human roars like a thundermaw, but he lacks the teeth to also bite. Do you realize, wimp, that I could crush your skull with the raw power of my hands? Kudat starts lifting the helpless man up, with his right arm slowly tightening his grasp. Enough, Marshal. We're all aware of our capabilities. As for you, human, this is what will happen. We will wipe all sensor logs you took on Silaudius 2. Then you will leave on a long journey to visit some distant relative, which you will also announce to anyone it might concern. You live. Nobody searches for you and disturbs us. We all win, right? No, says James Henkins. I will never leave this planet without my Sarah. I cannot lose her, not a second time. It was a miracle she returned from the claws of the Kirko after they laid waste to Atrium Alpha. That's when I knew I could never let anything happen to her again. I offer you a chance to get out of this, you fool. The Sarah you knew is long dead. What came back to you after her death was little more than an illusion. Speaking the last words, we activate our holo projector. Did you ever wonder how your Sarah could escape the ever-vigilant eyes of the Kirko swarm, or why she changed so drastically, being reserved and more interested in your work than your marriage? You realize it now. You know it is the truth. I became Sarah Henkins. The wimp has fainted. Good show, General. What shall we do with him now? I guess he won't be of any more use to us now that we know he had no backups. Feeding him seems like a waste of resources when the opposite could be done. We could send him to food processing or keep him as a... Let's keep him as a prisoner. Maybe he's useful. Backups or not, we should be concerned with how easily a simple civilian could track us down by himself. There are some questions that need answering. Oh, and one more thing, Marshal. Given the fragile mental state of our guest, I suggest you leave any interrogations to my direct supervision. So we can interrogate the spouse, wait for the human prisoner to recover, afterwards attain some information on how it was possible to follow your party to Silaudius 2 without earlier detection. So, as you can see, we have truly ruthless snakes at our disposal. Let's position ourselves here and enter to learn of the lessons of the past. The resonance halls. Sound is central to Shakarn culture. Resonance halls like these can be found hidden on any Star Union world, where the infiltrators operate, voices forever resonating within its walls long after their owners have gone. Specialist units built in the linked colony gain resonating memory, healing them for 5 health whenever they use a non-damaging ability. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I think we have a strong guard here. Woo, that will be interesting. No auto combat, of course. We'll have to be very, very careful to beat them. Let's see. They're coming. We must set up a great defense. And look at our units to boot. So they're coming. Now what? I mean, we can overwatch with her. That would be pretty good. Maybe here, or rather here, right? That's a much safer position. This is also a safe spot, but... yeah, let's go this way. The rest of our units don't really know Overwatch, so we'll have to position them differently. We have the Scrambling Virus. We could deal arc damage to a unit. Jumps 2 times to other enemy units within 2 hexes. And as you can see, it has quite a good range. So let's see. I mean, we'll position us here just to take cover. And it's not enough to reach them from here. So we'll go into defense mode instead. And we have a raider who could maybe wait here. For any further instructions, and the recon unit we would have right behind here. Can have a recon boy, but that will do in the next round. And the Infiltrator. The Infiltrator has something very interesting. He can do holo shift. Copy the appearance and abilities from target enemy non-hero for 4 turns. Basic holo shift can target tier 1 and 2 non-mechanical units. So that's very interesting. Evasion is also pretty good. 50% harder to hit and cannot be flanked. That's strong. So now we'll go into that. And then we have another radar. Defense mode. And let's see what we can do here. Or what they will do. Ooh. Jumping around. These guys become overcharged. They're buffing themselves up. Now, that's an attack. Ooh. Not a good one for us. At least we got them a little bit. Ow. We resisted. We resisted. This is really a tough fight, don't get me wrong. It is really hard. Ow. My goodness. What are they doing here? That seems pretty unstable. Oh, that's the resonance halls. Probably. Ow. Well, that was pretty tough. Now we'll see what we can do about these guys. Or rather, these guys here. Yeah, we have the Omnicarbine. Move in here. 90%. That seems pretty good. We can use the sonar frequency. Yeah. Project a sonic attack at the target. Here we go. Good, good, good. So that one's out. I've got these. They are pretty good. We have these. We should probably risk something, and we can only risk it here. The grenade doesn't make sense, but we can do something else. Can go for the Wrecking Boy. So we'll have a big, big bonus. Yeah. The enemy destroyed, and these guys are pretty much a big problem too. We'll see what we can do with the Paragon soldiers and all coming at us. Probably go for our rather low tier units. Move forward. Omni Rush. Yeah, that's also not possible really for us right now. Maybe if we move further, maybe if we move here. Can attack these Paragon guards then. That could be something. Or here. The soldiers, but that will probably mean our death here. Even though we have only 2 arriving here. It's still kind of doubtful. It's just hard. So we could stagger them, we could do... I mean, it is 100%. Project a mix of damaging sonic and laser in a 3 hex line. Which is pretty cool, but it's not the right weapon right now, somehow. A question, should we move like into a position where we're better protected somehow? Like up here, I don't know if the buggy can reach us there. He would probably drive up here and then hit us, so that's not a good position. Where is the good position here? There's probably no good position here. That's maybe the best one, but we have the Peregrine Guards here, which is a problem on its own. Yeah, it's probably best to just stay here. 25% harder to hit, cannot be flanked. And maybe move back once and then go into defense mode. And let's hope this gets better for us. What's going on now? Ah, no! Yeah. And now they're coming. Oh, no. Unit down. That's pretty terrifying. These guys are coming as well. Thankfully, only 2 shots from the blaster pistol. Only. Yeah, only. Sono frequency. We could kind of holo shift. Could do that. First, let's look into this. The Peregrine Guard here somehow needs to be taken down. 65%. That is Overwatch, and that's why we need to eliminate these first before we do anything else. 52%. That's terrible. Not good at all. Can you spit another beacon? No. You cannot. The Sono Pulse is all that rests for us. Yeah, we need to eliminate these or they're just a big threat. Jetpack jump. Not good. 52% is just really bad. 65. It doesn't get better than this. That's the problem. There will still be some Overwatch here. We should probably go back over there and just get rid of the Peregrine Guard. We can do that. Maybe get down here. We get into this position. %. That's terrible. Ah, a graze. Could attack these somehow, but it doesn't make sense at the moment. Let's just move over and unite our forces. Omni Rush isn't enough. Have to go for this. Let's make them as weak as we can. Come on. Sono Pulse. 3 times. What can we do here? The Scrambling Virus. Deal 8 arc damage. We'll have to try this. We shouldn't have done it. Well, we were enamored by the new great ability. As you can see, that's having terrible implications. Ow! They're coming in. Thankfully, we should be... Oh goodness, we're flanked. Regenerating a bit. At least that. Whom can we have here? We're on the Reckon one. Yeah. So they cannot retaliate. Let's do this.
Enemy annihilated.
The Fanatics, the Soldiers. 90%. No line of sight. I don't care. Now if we hit them both, it could stagger. Cancelling defense modes would be possible. But they're not in a defense mode, so... And we cannot also not reach both of them, so... Let's just do like this. Kind of terrible, but what can you do? The Infiltrator. Staggered unit. The Raider. We'll have to do it like this. There's no way something different would be good. As you can see, it's pretty tough. They're moving in, and that's really the problem. We're flanked again. Ow, come on, miss it. Ah! Now we'll try to maybe holo shift on that thing. Come on. Just to try it out. Maybe it will heal us even. I don't know. We're left with one shot. Goodness me. That wasn't so great. We could turn on evasion. Should really get into this guy. I don't know. Go for another wreck and boy, Sonopulse. Let's go for this. Will we even be able to hit this one? We have to try. That was lucky. Now the Fanatic. We can basically only shoot this thing and hope for the best.
Enemy annihilated.
Now they will come and attack us and take us out here. We are holo shifted. At least that. So we're shifting out. So it's also a protection kind of thing. They're staggering. We will go back here. 60%. 60% is just not great. But there's nothing much better. Out of sight. We'll go back here. Ow. No! Oh. Thankfully that worked.
Unit destroyed.
I like the accent.
Superior once more.
Superior. Well, it wasn't superior. But it was kind of okay. We survived and yeah, we only lost 3 units. I know that's terrible, but we want to look into the options of the DLC. That's why we made it this brutally. Seeing the recent recordings of previous Shakarn agents out in the open like this is deliciously brilliant. The humans always took the layered shapes and patterns for a new type of decoration, a peculiar style of art, if you will. Little did they realize that it all meant so much more. Clueless humans, says Kudat Rotak. Just like the time when we took the schematics of all their laser guns and sent them back home to Kadalos. But can you hear that? Kudat starts retracing one of the textured curves with his claw. Looking at the pattern produces a resonating noise in your mind. This, General, is the sound of battle. You are right, says Naranga Od. The sonoscript reveals that there had been a fight on Selodius too, directly before the cataclysm. Our agents were planning to assault a cosmic manipulation complex and warn our home world of the impending catastrophe. I wonder why we never heard of this incident. Kudat, then there is only one proper way to find out. March onto the field of glory and examine the scene of their heroic struggle. We get some research and find glory and sacrifice. The lessons of the past completed. We gain a sleeper agent, thankfully, a little bit. Take that reward. And yeah, we'll need to stick together now. We'll just unite the armies and heal up a bit. And see what we will do. As you can see, we have military research is we have sonic weapons and laser weapons. Here's the Shakarn thing. Let's have a look at the Shakarn thing a bit. Discerning systems, so that's things about restoration and detection and propaganda. Spreading disinformation, motivating broadcasting. The propagator. We have seen that thing with a sonar repeater. That's the flyer. If I'm right, yeah. And the vehicle can holo-mend all kinds of things. That cased military applications. We have the impairing grenade. That's a better grenade. Like doing more damage. And here, Xeno Defense Module. 3 damage resistance to the rest. We have sound augmentation, sonolysis application, armor melt for the sonic weapons, shield shattering frequency, destroying a lot of shields, 4 shields, acute pitch, against increased damage also. So we have pretty good offensive here. And a little bit of regeneration. Then we have Firebrand Deployment. That's another unit here, an elite one with claws and shots. So a mix of melee and ranged. Also the Omni Claw that you can have extra. orbit tactics, orbital recall systems, tactical redeployment. Oh, that's unit is quickly repositioned to target hex. So this is the oh shit button. Can move then. Orbital abduction, a typical alien thing, right? Chance increases further if the unit is concussed, disoriented. Target unit has a chance of being transported into the orbital layer for research, killing the unit. Gains 15 research per tier of the abducted unit. Really cool. So we we can do alien abductions. We have the tactician, as you can see here. That sounds like it has group abilities and healing abilities with sono fins, unsettling propaganda, causing unrest to others, and vigilant broadcasting. Yeah, that's also kind of nice. And then it gets further. As you can see here, the refractor, sonic ebb, sonic flow, the vehicle refractor, cast advancement is an assault exoskeleton, a hollow reality mantle. Yeah, but the unique things are coming right at the start. Perfected holotech. Propagation tower gain happiness, and it can cause unrest in others, as you can see. And that is the Sonocarn, so some pretty musical thing. Probably with the repeater, the charge, the beam. Gamma Omnitech research, trigger phrase systems causing insanity, stagger resistance, and here the Omni Flare just deals a lot of damage and debuffs. So pretty good things, as you can see here from the names. We have network, ciphers, systems regulation, neural integration, autonomous malware. So pretty nice technology. Let's have a look at the society. But before, let's choose one of the military applications. How about, I don't know, what do we want to do here? Yeah, let's go into normal research and then propaganda. I'm not sure. The military applications would be good, probably. Like this, cased military applications and society research. Let's have a look. That's of the doctrine. So that's us, the Planetfall procedures. Dwelling intimidation. By using a combination of blackmail and direct threats, the Shakarn can intimidate their foes into profit. A 10% discount when dealing with NPC factions. Faction war quest rewards trigger at 6 units defeated instead of 10, so we get more and expend less. Homeworld reminiscence. The Shakarn's homeworld is 90% oceanic, covered by atolls and archipelagos. Through promoting festivities next to bodies of water, the Shakarn colonists can reminisce about their homes and those left behind. Ah, okay. If a coastal or river cities are there, then we get a bonus for happiness and food. And propagation towers allow the latest developments to be transmitted to our citizens, as well as also help project hollow realities, keeping the populace distracted. So there's a little bit of more happiness here. Then we have cyber optimization. Cyber divisions gives us operation points, worker integration, more doctrines. Yeah, that's not that interesting. Dawn of a new union. Yeah, that's nothing special. Manipulation campaigns, though. Resources gained from raising enemy colonies and sector bases increased by 75%. Takes 1 turn less to raise, so we can be very brutal and have really active agent networks when we go for it. Let's go for these planetfall procedures. So we have our special things, and now why not go for the main thing, frontier facilities. We've got our army that we will have in the next turn. Let's see. We can annex its first sector. Let's see. That seems kind of good, like the treasure grove here, the mining facility. Emerald Mountain. It's not that great, but the City of Lunar Echoes, maybe. Let's see what kind of thing that is. That's good for research and has the resonance halls. Yeah, let's annex that sector. Confirm our movement. Have we healed yet? Not really. Let's return here and repair. And then we'll go and attack them. We have produced the central biofarm already. Let's see. So let's get more growth going. Now, some propagation towers would already be okay. And then some barracks. Here we go. And we've met Therians. Run with a pack. These guys are also new from the patch. Run with a pack, Naranga Od. Fancy scales you're wearing. You could really spice up the mix in our free Therian commune. We've already got wolves and foxes and bunnies and even squirrels. They're the furry faction. But we've never run into any reptile anthropomorphs before. Did Teretek pull a trick on you as well? Or where did you come from? I would prefer not to talk about it for now. What are you people doing on this remote moon anyway? We thought it would be deserted. Trying to keep a low profile as well, eh? That's understandable. We also didn't want to cause any ruckus when coming back to the Star Union. No interest in any more fox hunts or freak shows, no. So we landed our treasure ship on this chilled rock. Took a laugh at the Paragon, and now we're gonna dig for some awesome bones or diamonds. But since you're here now, maybe you'll be able to help us. We found one of the alteration labs where our ancestors received their treatments of the Therian panacea. We wanted to enter, but these days there's all kinds of mutated goo lurking in here. If you destroy the goo, we may be able to find traces of our first leader, Deer. Correct me if I'm wrong, General, but aren't these from the same breed of odd pirates that occasionally had to be snuffed out of our border planets during the past few years? They are, Marshal, but we shouldn't just directly let them in on that, should we? Well, they've proven to be annoying in the past. I have a feeling that this time around these Therians might become useful for us. That's what I think, too. The Therians have asked you to clear the Therian alteration labs where Teretek knowledge of the Therians' first leader, Deer, may be stored. This sounds so memey. It's the great meme leader. Though there doesn't seem to be any immediate benefit, you have decided to play it nice for now. Yeah, definitely, we'll play it nice. It's good, it's good. So let's take a pause here, and I'll try to get you one or two more episodes from this to look a little bit deeper into it. We've already looked into the tech trees and stuff, and we'll just chilly look into more of the units and the area and the story, step by step, turn by turn. I think we're only at turn 3 or something. No, turn 4 now. So there's that, eh? What can we say visually? It looks good. It looks always good. We're used to this by now. And looking forward to it. Have a great time until next time, very soon, and happy gaming. This is Immanuel signing out.